Welcome back, everybody, to Huobi Talks. My name is Darko, your host this evening, and tonight we are joined by another amazing panel of co-hosts. In the house, we have Saksham, Meet Memed, and Klejdi. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are we all feeling this fine end of the week?
Hello to everyone. Hello,
everyone.
That was a little bit low energy. So tonight we have the topic of what do you think of the CPI this time? Now we will be doing a drop this evening, but a little bit of housekeeping. I have an announcement to make to everybody watching via the official Huobi Global app and on YouTube Live. So the announcement is this, and listen to me very carefully. If you trade Huobi token during this live broadcast, you will receive a Prime membership experience card with your own level 2 within 3 working days or 7 days, one or the other. During these 7 days, the transaction fee rate of any contract or spot will be at least 50% off. As long as you have traded Huobi token before 10 p.m., you can view it in the app in the section of Me, My Rewards, and coupon section within 3 working days. So get busy. All right. So tonight we have a series of questions. And there will be a bonus question for the end of this stream. And I will be announcing the winner of last week's bonus question a little bit later in the stream as well. So to everybody watching on the official Huobi Global app and on YouTube Live, please smash that like button, leave us a comment, leave us a question, get involved. Answer the questions that we're asking in the live chat box with us. And we might even pick a few of them during this live stream. So without further ado, and in no particular order, other than the order I see on my screen, we'll begin with question number 1. So we have Saksham. You'll be starting off this evening with the first question. Are you ready? Are you excited? Are you pumped?
Yep, definitely.
All right, let's do this. So, first question number 1. PCE is still strong, starting to weaken. Can you analyze the main reasons? If you look at the inflation outlook, have we reached the peak of inflation yet? What's your opinion on this?
If I talk about the price in rice, so definitely because already Powell has increased the rate hikes and we are already reaching multiple rate hikes. And due to the inflation, it has CPI index has already reached, I guess, 9.9% something, and it is coming down to around 7.7 or 8%. So I think they are now getting a little bit of control on the inflation. But if we talk about the macro aspect, that inflation will be reaching this year, I guess around 5%. So it is not good if we compare overall. But if we just look at the micro aspect first, so I think they are getting a bit of control on the inflation. And if we talk about the peak of inflation, we don't know yet that we have reached the peak of inflation, but they are taking necessary steps to control the inflation as well. So I think definitely we are still not hit the peak of inflation, maybe because there are some inside things which are going on. So I think the inflation peak is still yet to come. It's unprofessional opinion, right?
Well, that's it. That's what it's all about. Just our personal opinions. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more in the near future, more revelations, and who knows, it could go both ways altogether. So next up we have Klejdi. Klejdi, what's your take on this?
Hello. Let's say that it is not that easy as it seems. The CPI data that came out yesterday, as we saw, they are slowing down. So it came out at 7.7%. So it was a big decrease compared to the previous month and previous months as well. It is a good indicator overall. Let's say that Fed is doing something, but I don't think that Fed is doing too many things overall, because they are just playing around with the interest rate hike. However, this slowdown in the inflation numbers is a very good thing for the moment, because it will breathe, let's say, breathe to the economy for the moment. It will help the whole market to recover, because it's not the problem that they are doing good inflation. On the other hand, what steps they are going to take, because probably we are going to look at those questions after this one, after the first one. But I think that what is the most important thing is that the whole stock market will take a deep breath this time, and this is the first good thing, because we are looking at all the market that was just moving down, down, down. Many stocks were in deep water, let's say, more than pre-pandemic numbers. So it was something ridiculous in that way. When we saw indexes, the main indexes, Dow Jones, S&P 500, US 30, US 100. So the three main indexes, they were too much evaluated, in my opinion, because they were more than double. And on the other hand, we are looking at their stock composition that was lower than their previous price when it was on during COVID-19. So that was something very strange. So all of this move was necessary. But I think that now, if the economy is going to hold these strong numbers in inflation data, so let's say if inflation data is going to slow down, the economy or the companies are going to increase at least this value. But it looks good overall. This the first step is done, I think.
Nice. Sorry, breathing space. We need a little bit of that. Nice, thank you. Now we have Meat is next. Meat?
Yeah, I'm here, I was carefully listening both Saksham and Klejdi. Yes, Klejdi said the stock markets just started to be a little bit green after a long time, but I don't think that it can, from my side, I'm just thinking it can be a little bit of fake. I don't think that it will start to go deeply slow down. I think before the new year, it will come to same position as we said, 8.2. But actually, we will see a lot of news. As last week we talked about Pigala. This week we have more bigger problems and bigger topic. But I think that we will just start to see every next week new conversation that we can't even decide or even know that can't be happen.
Hey, at least we have content. That's the main thing. So bring it on.
Yeah. That means that Huobi Talks will be every week, new topics, new conversation. It will be nice, better, and more interesting.
It's a beautiful thing. Thing. No complaints from my side at all. No complaints. All right, cool. Now, before we proceed, or Klejdi, did you want to say something?
No, I don't want to go this time. However, he was a bit out of topic overall, but okay.
Fair enough. All right, so we're going to do some housekeeping just quickly. And what I want to do next is, before we proceed, is do some shout outs from the Huobi Global App live chat. So in no particular order, once again, shout outs to Omar Bahad, 302, Irish SL, Mildred, James Ravi's back in the house, TX11C, 31WN. We have Lily White. We have Blues Quinn, People, Emma P, Caitlin, and the list goes on and on and on. So once again, welcome everybody, and please feel free to answer these questions that we're asking in the live chat. And again, we might just pick out one or two answers and read them out. If you have any questions of your own, feel free, do not hesitate to ask them in the live chat too, because we might just pick one or two of those as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the next question. And Klejdi, while I have you on the screen, I will start with you this time. So the next question is the 50-point rate hike in December seems to have been fully traded. What do you think of the March rate hike next year? 50 points or 25?
Let's say it in this way that I agree with what Matt said before. I was joking. I just wanted to play around with him a little bit.
Oh yeah.
As always.
However, it's a show, and I really enjoyed this show. What is really important for the CPI data, we have to remember that overall, despite the numbers that we saw that were very small this time, the overall trend didn't change at all, because we cannot go out of the trend with only 1 month. As we have seen our account balance to grow with small steps with up and downs, or to move down with up and downs, the same way moves also the inflation or the other indicator numbers that are related to the economy. So it will take time overall. For the rate hike that we can say for the 50 base points, I can say that everything is related with the CPI data this time that it was released yesterday. With the release of the CPI data, it will be something very interesting in December if they are going to increase with 0.5 now, or probably Fed will slow down. And as I said also during the previous show that we had, they didn't specify at all the projected interest rate. It was 4.63 for 2003, the maximum of the interest. Yep. Powell said that they are going to increase it. They are going to do much more. But on the other hand, with this slowdown, I don't think that they are going to do those hawkish steps that they already said. So the 50%, 50 basis point can be already priced in advance. We can see only any normal correction during the coming month, because we have the FOMC and all the market will focus again on FOMC. But for the March, I can't say anything at all, because everything will be related to the CPI data. So we have to look at the CPI data, how they will develop, because after the CPI data, the Fed will take the necessary step for the March rate hike. So I think that they are going to take this decision probably since December, that they will slow down, like the Bank of Australia did 3 weeks ago, if I'm not wrong. It was 3 weeks ago.
Something like that.
Yeah, they were the first one that said that we are going to slow down, because we need to see how the economy is going to perform after taking the necessary steps with the increase of the interest rate, because the impact is not going to come in 1 month or 2 months. And I think that they were very honest with their decision. Powell is speculating a lot, in my opinion, as he has always does, but okay, it's okay.
So wait and see in December.
So I think that the 50 basis point is already priced in, and everything is going down. The dollar, as you can see, if you are going to look at the charts, after the CPI data, despite the fact that this is a good indicator for the overall economy, we saw the US dollar to be very weak across the trading board. So this is a very important thing that we can notice, because all the markets, let's say, were in green. The crypto market moved, we saw Forex, we saw the stock market. It's a good thing overall. But I will explain it a bit later why.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. All right. So I see Saksham smiling away. He's keen to answer this one. So the 50-point rate hike in December seems to have been fully traded. What do you think of the March rate hike next year? 50 points or 25? And just quickly, Saksham, another shout out from the Huobi Global app live chat to Rick Crypto here. Thank you for that nice comment. Rick Crypto here. So Saksham, all yours.
So if I quickly summarize my answer. So as Klejdi already said that, Klejdi already said multiple things, right? So he has already given us a brief introduction about the question. So if I talk in short, as he said that we are, many things are going good. Stock market is reviving, and the crypto market was already been recovered a little bit, but not yet. And as Meet also said that it can be a fake out. So, but if we talk about the overall scenario, that 50 basis points have been already for December, but if I have to take a choose between 50 20, I'll go for 25 because they are reducing, and the consumer CPI data has already been rejected from, I guess, 9 or 10%. So I think it will come down to 6 or 7% in March, and they will not reduce the rate hike more than 25.
All right, cool. Awesome. Now, next up we have Meet Meme, who's just watching, waiting, listening, biting his fingernails, trembling, having to answer this question. So, Meet, hit us with it. What's your take?
Yeah, actually, for this question, I can't even to add something because Klejdi and Saksham already they said that about the moment situation. But if the 50 point, yeah, in December seems been fully, but I'm always thinking, as you know, the negative side of it, and we will see some movements from USD dollar because when you combine to the right now, the USD dollar just started to lose the power, and I think that it will continue to go down a little bit. But for the March, I don't know. It can be. I mean, as Saksham said, 25-point base, but it's gonna be interesting year. I think 223. We will have some bad news. I think for the globally. I'm for the global economy. But
Yeah.
we already are here because the actually the war hasn't stopped still on the Russia and Ukraine. But from the other side, it can be some new war. Yesterday, I just read it somewhere. The Japan is getting ready, and from the other side, the Germany is starting to send military to Europe. I mean, it can be.
For NATO.
We can have something. If happens, actually, all the world will start to change a little bit from the
but they're
negative
just
side.
preemptive
As always.
actions, aren't they?
Yeah, as always.
As
And also
always.
we are just reading every day the Greece and Turkey. They are just daily just trying to they hit each other, but
that's been going on for 50 years now.
Yeah, and
Every day for 50 years.
And it will go like that. They won't even touch either.
Now, mate, while I have you here, there's a question in the live chat in the Huobi app from Jared. Who's asking, how can you deal with the current issue like transparency and privacy? Do you want to just touch on that just a little bit, just quickly before our next question?
The privacy, actually, I don't know what to say about the privacy and transparency. It's for me, it's safe.
It's safe?
It's safe, but do you know that we have a privacy? I don't even think. Even right now, when we are talking, we don't have even right now the privacy.
Yeah. Even on any website we visit, we don't have privacy.
We don't have even actually. I just we saw that the FTX. It was the second exchange. Everyone was thinking that it's safe, but everything can happen in this world.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Awesome. All right. So next question, and I'll start with you for this one, Meet. And it goes something like this. The interest rate hike seems to have led to the layoff of big tech companies in the United States. How do you see the strength of employment and interest rate hikes in the United States?
Yeah. Actually, we saw just, I think yesterday, but before 2 days, the Facebook just fired 11,000 was employment. I don't know what will happen, but Actually, I've been working on a big company.
Yeah.
And also right now I'm still on a big company. Actually, when we have a critical moments, and as all big companies are starting every time from the employees, that's the fact of this world. But it will be bad from other side, because they will hire the employees, but they won't fire anyone instead of them. And we will just see also the Twitter. 100%. The Elon will already he started to fire the employees.
Yep.
But maybe we can be the world. I don't know when, but the robots will be our new employees.
Okay.
We are just getting ready. Maybe, I think.
All right. Cool. Klejdi, your turn.
So I don't know what to say about this topic, because the problem is that the interest rate is not going to lead to the layoff of big companies. It doesn't make sense at all, in my opinion. So let's say just only by 3 months that they increase the interest rates, and they are just taking these steps to to job cuts and other stuff. It doesn't make sense overall, in my opinion. On the other hand, we are looking at the part that is related with the job. The minister of the US, I guess, she said 3 weeks ago that the economy doesn't have to slow down because we are increasing interest rates, because we can manage to increase the interest rates without slowing down the economy. So it is something very strange that we are looking at these companies right now to take these steps only because Fed increased the rates up to 4% in this month. So for me is nonsense at all of this situation. On the other hand, when I'm speaking with my friends that lives in USA, they are saying that we have a lot of free jobs here. We are suffering for employees to cover these job positions. There are a lot of money, so it is not normal. I think, in my personal opinion, considering all of these things overall, probably they are not having these problems, but it can be also related with the pressure that probably the government, I think, is doing to these companies, because we can never know what happens after the scenes overall.
Yeah, but we already saw that on the current.
Sorry.
No, I just
think for this. It's not a normal thing, because it doesn't make sense that they are slowing down the economy, and this slowdown is already beginning from the big tech companies like Facebook and Tesla. And it's
they are looking for themselves. Actually, we saw the biggest problem after the corona. They are just looking for themselves. They don't even think that when they fire the workers. They are just looking their money, nothing else.
Yes, but related with the interest rates, this slowdown, it doesn't make sense at the same time.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like a big panic overall that they want to create in the market. We know that the US government works in a very strange way. I have shared also my personal opinion related also to the actual war that the two countries, let's say, they are brothers with each other. Everything began only because the US government said that Russia is going to attack Ukraine. So this was the official news. And after that, they said that we didn't say this, but they just pushed everything. And after that, when the war began, the US is just on its border right now, and they said that we don't have to take necessary steps for this. It's not our job at all. So
we don't care.
They do these things, I can think that they can do everything. And the problem is very simple, because by doing the actual giants of the companies these steps, by taking these steps, the other part of the companies, or let's say the other individuals, they are going to see that something is happening, we are not going to have money, and let's keep it simple, everyone is going to save and is going to keep the money safe in the bank. So they are not going to spend in the same way that they are doing. So in this way, it will help a lot with inflation. The next problem that I see is that by increasing the interest rates, this interest rates overall, that is 4% in dollars, is a lot higher compared to the dividends that the actual companies are sharing right now. This is the second topic that we need to focus on. So the whole market is going to jump on the government securities. This will help the government to collect the money from the market. The inflation will slow down in this way because the amount of the money in circulation will be smaller. And on the other hand, we will see that this panic already created will make the people to think twice before spending in a crazy way. Because we know how Americans tend to, everything is related with the money.
Money is the power. That's why United States every time is doing the same strategies.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So who's next? I was listening in and I was reading the comments at the same time, and people are asking about airdrop, candy drop. So to answer everybody's question, I have no control over this. It's another department, but it is coming. It's scheduled, it's coming, but I have no control over the airdrops, okay? All right, so mate, you started off that question, didn't you? So we're up to Saksham? Yeah. All right, Saksham, you're up next. The interest rate hike seems to have led to the layoff of big tech companies in the United States. How do you see the strength of the employment and interest rate hike in the United States?
So, if I see the strength of the employment rate in the USA, actually I was in the recruiting firm working as a recruiter also. So I know that the USA has a lot of job, as Klejdi said that his relatives were saying that we have a lot of job openings and positions. So definitely they were having a lot of companies were giving us positions to fill, and the employment rate is quite good. So because we were watching live that we are getting the positions to fill, and we are not getting the candidates to fulfill that position. So I know that we have the employment rate at good in the United States. But if I talk about the interest rate, on the other hand, people were just like joining 2-3 projects on the same time, and that is what they were getting a good amount, and that is what they were purchasing more and more things, which is actually a problem to an inflation, because when demand increases, the inflation demand pull in inflation, we all demand increases, then the price of the commodities and goods also increases, and that is the contribution to the increase of the inflation. So interest rate hike, if we talk about interest rate hike, they just I think they have watched these things and they started to definitely increase the interest rate, and overall that led to the layoff, and because people were doing 2-3 projects at the same time, so they started the layoff, and people excluding Twitter, if we talk about other tech giants, Microsoft and I have Amazon and other companies, Facebook and all, Meta.
Yep.
So they were just doing the layoffs to to get in the contribution to control the inflation, and they are also increasing their profit from this because their operational cost will be reduced by this.
Okay, so which begs us the next question then, and I'll stay with you, Saksham. Job cuts at US tech giants and a departure from October's strong employment data. Is the worst over for the macro economy?
I definitely will. I'm not able to answer that 100% correctly. But if you talk about the opinion, then definitely the worst. I don't think the worst is still over, because the US has already been in a debt of, I guess, 33 trillion, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the debt which has to be paid already, then we don't know what happens next. So, but the employment data is strong. The companies are doing the layoffs. It will be, if you talk about the micro aspect, it will be good in the upcoming 2-3 years. But if you talk about the macro aspect, 5 to 10 years, we don't know. We can get into the recession after 5 or 10 years, maybe. But yep, that's all.
All right, cheers. Thank you. Now, next up we have the amazing meat memed. So, what do you have to say about this? Is the worst over for the macroeconomy meat?
I don't think that it's worse, but it can be more worse because the companies are going slowly the shrink because of the bad situation of now. Actually, I just wanted to add before this question when the Klejdi was talking about the companies. Actually, I have been working for a long time on a big company. I mean, we were approximately 15,000 workers. But when they start to shrink, I mean, when, for example, the companies never see the salary, they always are looking about the economy of the countries. When we had the bad situation, the companies, I mean, the big companies, they don't even, because you have a big company, right, and you are getting a lot of employees, and you have a good salary or bad salaries, for example. But actually, we had good salaries. But when the corona came, I just want to give a example. When the corona just started to came, actually with the products, with the salary of the job, actually we just started to cut off. They are just saying that we don't have work and we will do something. Okay, no problem. But when they are making this kind of, I don't think that it's good for employers, but it doesn't help to countries. Even doesn't help in the economies, because from the other side, if he cuts your 50% of salary, you are just starting the month with 50% salary. You can't even do something with that money. You won't even buy something. But I think that the governments or every country, they are all in the bad situation from every side of, because I'm just actually I live in North Macedonia. It's a small country. It's like 2.2 million population, but the government just said that there are 4,040 people that have already left the country, and they are working out of North Macedonia.
That happens,
yeah. But when I see actually our country government, they can't do nothing about this one. Actually, if I want to go to United States to work, no one can stop me. But from the other side, for our country is good, because they're just working on the Germany, for example. There are a lot of workers there, but they're sending the money back. They are sending the money to their families, and they are just spending the money on our country. But the employees, and also I am saying that we don't have even here employees. But when I saw that the Facebook just fired 1,000 employers, I think that they are just looking themselves. They don't care even about the employers or even the economy of the country, because the government will still take the money from the Facebook. He don't look what you are doing. Do you have a work? You have to pay the taxes. You have to pay everything. The governments never don't even care about the big companies. I'm just talking.
That's a whole nother topic altogether, mate. That we could do a whole live stream on that topic. A whole live stream just on that topic alone. So I know exactly where you're coming from on that, but maybe we can do that one another time. Now,
I really hate. Actually, just I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. You are working, for example, like 10 years or 15 years. You are doing everything. You are working. He's making a lot of money because of you, and at the end, he is saying goodbye to you. That's the real life. Actually, that's the life.
I have just one small thing to add here, because we are talking about the macroeconomic and what is happening with US companies, and we are making a big mess with our small countries that have the problem with the job cuts all the time.
But I'm working on the United States company.
You can work with everything. It's not related to the topic. It's related with another topic this time.
Yeah, but I work for a United States company.
United States company. I worked also for big banks as well, that the staff was huge. And don't forget that I have worked on the financial reporting department.
No, I'm staff
still. I know it very well how it works out in the big companies and in the banks.
I'm not working on the banks.
No one cuts the jobs only because of forecast. When
I'm the one that I have already cut 150 employees in my country. Just I'm starting from myself.
Our countries are not to be taken as example at all. We work in a different perspective. I'm sure for that.
No. You are wrong on this situation. Because I am actually, my money that I make here, that money goes to United States. Okay. And we are here approximately, together with Turkey, 35,000 employees. It's not small number, as you said. 35,000. Actually, when during the corona, we just cut 7,500, and because we are the North Macedonia, I had to make some decision to fire 150 employees. I didn't want, but United States said just you have to. If you don't, you will lose your job.
You fired 150?
Yeah.
And you didn't want to do it?
Yeah. I'm the operation manager of Burger King, North Macedonia and Turkey.
I think when Meat received the news that he had to fire 150 people, he was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then he went to a back secret room, was like, yeah.
No, I just found the solution. Actually, we are here like on the operation side of companies. We are like 15 workers, and we are